About 3 years ago, we noticed a real uptick in the number of homeless people. And at the same time, what was happening was the opioid crisis.
We had people dying every day from overdoses. We had unprecedented violence, and we knew that we needed to do something. There had been a tent city set up on 135A Street with approximately 50 residents living there.
We went from 40 to 150 in the space of a year.
It wasn't an overnight situation that had to be fixed. It was going to take the will to do it, and it was going to take a great deal of work in order to get the homeless off the streets and into housing.
There were a combination of factors that led to really looking at how we're going to resolve this issue.
The first commitment we made was with the RCMP and our bylaw staff to ensure that we would have a dedicated team in that area 24/7 to proactively engage with those individuals in a way which was seen as helpful for them and supportive of the community.
Everyone agreed that the common vision of making sure that we did the hard work of understanding those that were on the street and why they were there and what it would take to help them individually, not collectively, because there was no easy collective solution. It had to be individualized.
When the SOT landed, we were very specific about who was chosen to work on 135A. They were directed to really make sure that they were approaching it not from an enforcement perspective, but more from a community-based perspective.
The goal was to focus on the people on 135A and what they need, and housing them and getting them access to supports and services.
You're dealing with mental illnesses and addiction problems, and so we dealt with it differently, as you would want to be treated as a human being.
I invited absolutely everyone to a morning briefing. And I said, well, we're going to hold these morning briefings 5 days a week.
We were all talking. It didn't matter, what agency's agenda was or what their mandate was. We were all coming together to work together to move people ethically.
Moving 225 people from the street into housing within 3 days is incredible.
I will say that it went off a lot better than we expected.
It was invigorating, and it was really heartening to see that the vast majority of the people who had been living on the streets were really quite excited.
The whole team made such a difference with deep compassion and caring.
That was really exciting. I had a gentleman who serenaded me with "You Are My Sunshine" on his guitar, which was really cool.
The fact that the transitional housing plan appears to be working gives people a sense of pride. Is that this is cool. We are a part of a real positive change that's happening.
So I see a lot of people moving forward, looking really healthy, cleaning their rooms, looking for jobs, connecting with family.
Someone just came in yesterday, and he was great. It was so good to see him, but he just looked so good. And this is someone who had been, on the streets, living really rough. The impact, the change just in his hands and his appearance and his what seems like a sense of dignity. It's just been beautiful to see some of these things, and there's many stories like that.
Phase one is not the solution. Phase one is step one towards the solution for individuals whose lives and whose circumstances can be better.
We want to make sure that if somebody is homeless, that they are only homeless once, and it's very brief, and it's done.
I have faith in this because of what's already happened, that the same careful planning and care and compassion that went into that move that I think was spectacular will go into what's next.